Welcome back to my channel, y'all. My name is Ulwando Luhle. Oh my god, I'm not Ulwando Luhle. My name is Ulwando and I'm the owner, founder, CEO of Ulwando Luhle, and we do bespoke events where we curate cute little events. So it's a new year, first video. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2023. So I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I have been going through the most. I've had a tough couple of days, weeks, not days, weeks. If you the channel, you will know that me, beginning of Jan, end of December, you know, gonna friction yana, and I thought this year was gonna be good, but I guess I have not healed, which is fine, work in progress. But in the midst of how I was feeling, I was reading a book. So for some time I decided to take some time out of the world. I disconnected from social media, from phones. I put them in the drawer, and I just said to myself, I just want to chill, work on me, listen to myself, put down thoughts, but strictly no working. And in that time, I was reading a book by Yvonne Orji, Bamboozled by Jesus. Such a light read. I want to share something with you about that book. So if you're looking for a book to read for the year, is basically about what I learned from that book is she shares her experiences about how she always has these ideas and plans for herself, and every time that she thinks one thing's gonna happen, God just comes and wows her. Every time she plans for this, Jesus comes and, you know, bamboozles her, literally. And it's created this cycle of events in her life that she can only really say it must have been God, because it seemed impossible. And reading that book, I started to now think about my doubts and my plans that I was thinking of for 2023. And one of them, so what usually happens is when I start the year is I do have fears, right? I know I talk to you guys and I encourage you guys, but I also am human. And one of my fears is that when I open for business in January, am I going to get business? It is the thought of, are the clients going to come back? How soon am I going to start to work? How at what rate, at what pace will the inquiries come, you know, how quiet things are. And for someone who has been offline since second week of December, I only came back online yesterday, the 10th, and I'm already swamped with inquiries. I already have a booking, my first booking. Like the way things are happening, it really isn't by me. It is honestly by the might of being bamboozled by Jesus. And one of the other things that I worry about in the new is competition. So now, while other people relax during holidays, there are those people, guys, who sit like me. I do this before I sorry, I've got the flu. Before I zone out and go into holiday mode, I do think about the next year. How am I going to be different? How am I going to stand out? What am I bringing to the table? How am I elevating myself? Because you always have to level up, and you only level up because there's competition. And competition is probably one of the things that is holding you back from getting to this industry. And if you are in the industry currently, it probably has you by a chokehold, because you feel like you are not in the same league. You feel like there's too many of us. How will you get your share of the pie? And I kid you not, if you really work on your craft and then you just give everything else to the universe, it's gonna happen. You will stand out. But now, competition is something that you need to not necessarily be scared of, but it's something that we need to learn to change. So it's very natural to automatically be jealous when you see someone who's better than you, someone who's in the same industry than you, someone who's working harder, seemingly working harder, someone who's seemingly making more money than you, someone who seemingly looks more busier than you. It's very easy to be jealous of that person. So I am encouraging you to tell yourself, to teach yourself to say, I will not be jealous this year. I'm taking my competition and I'm going to see it as healthy competition. Instead of seeing the glass half empty, you will see it half full. Are you with me? Here is the unfortunate reality check. Competition is here, it's gonna stay, and it's not gonna go anywhere. And the longer you procrastinate in starting the business, if that was one of your things that you have marked for your vision board, you're just gonna keep prolonging it. Because social corner. And believe it or not, the people who are currently in the industry, they are betting their life that you are not going to come into it. So the longer you prolong to come in, you fielding what they want. They don't want you to come in because they know Bagumnandi. They know that there's money to be made here. They know it's nice to be in events. Like, you really, honestly, if it's something that you really, really enjoy doing, it's such a nice industry, because especially when you run and own your business, the flexibility is amazing. I make good money and I really don't work as hard as I did in an 8 to 5. So my first instinct, if anyone said to me, Rando, I want to come into events, would be no, Suguza, why you so the industry? But because I'm not that person, I'm gonna tell you, girl, Ngena. If I meet you at the mall, if I meet you anywhere, and I do this all the time, people who come up to me at events, there's always that aunt, sister, someone who's like, oh my God, do you own it? How do you do this? I am always like, listen, this is my YouTube channel. Go there. Any information that you want, I'm sure I've covered it. It'll at least get you started. Come into events. Forget competition, right? Glass half full. We need to turn our competition into allies. If you're currently in the industry and you have Ulwando example as someone that you feel like, yo, Ulwando uyanyisa, she's always on the ball, she's like so artistic, detailed, and like all the things that you mark, and you're like, yo, Ulwando thinks that she's this, she thinks that she talks too much, ooh, I know she's too uyaz papa, uyaz temba, she's, you know, she thinks that she's all there now that she has a truck. Teach your brain to think about it the other way. Wow, how would I like, or how I would like to be as brave as Ulwando. How I would love to know how long it took her to get the truck. How I would love to sit in a room and actually get to meet her, talk to her. How I'd love to know, how does she manage to work and employ people? How does she manage to have the courage to have a YouTube channel? How does she have the courage to teach people and aspire to the things that you like about me? Because the reason why we hate, the reasons why we see competition is because you see something that you could do being done by somebody else, just that they're doing it better. So this is like a huge mind shift that I really encourage you guys to take on, right? Because we want to be bamboozled by Jesus this year. We really want to work with people. So your competition, aspire, be inspired by them. I follow the people that I see as my competition. I save their work. Yes, I save their work. You save mine, don't you? I save their work. They inspire me. They motivate me. I see new trends. How else am I going to know what is new, what is current, what people are liking? How else am I going to see these things if I don't switch on the TV, if I don't go into Instagram, if I'm not on YouTube, if I'm not reading the magazines, if I'm not reading a book? It's source of knowledge. And the moment you can tell yourself that I'm going to use these people as a space for me to learn and not see them as competition, if you're lucky enough, you could go as far as hiring from the people, meeting them, send a DM, reach out. It's okay to tell someone, listen, you know, I love your work so much that I actually envy your work when I see it because you're so bomb. It's okay to be honest, do you understand? But the minute you let that out and you accept that there will always be people before you, above you, next to you, under you, it's the only way that you're able to grow. Because like I said, this industry has a lot of people, and you coming in or you being in, you're just adding on to the pool. But if you set yourself apart, if you learn from your competition, learn what they are doing, how they're doing it, and you take bits of those things that you like and you put them in your company or you put them into your business plan, you will succeed. No brainer, you will succeed. So I don't know if y'all have caught on to me, but I am a Wesley Guild old, because I'm not an ex-member. Inside my heart, I am a Methodist. And we always talk about comradeship, camaraderie. And I don't believe, or I couldn't think of a better way to describe or explain how the healthiest way that you can work with competition is to build a sense of camaraderie with the people that you feel are above you, next to you, or below you. Comradeship is a spirit of togetherness. It is ubuntu. It is uniting. It is reaching out. It is helping. It's reaching out. It's asking for help. It is nurturing. Comradeship is love. It's God. It's peaceful. It's the embodiment of Jesus. That's what he was all about. At any given time, there's always a group of people meeting somewhere for meeting, work, church, wedding, funeral, family meeting, dinner. All of those things only happen with the spirit of camaraderie, comradeship. If we can take that word, comradeship, and we say, for 2023, that will be our theme. I think we should do that. Comradeship. Our theme for 2023. We are inviting the spirit of togetherness, right? So after today, we don't see competition. We only see allies. We see a chance for a new friend. We see a chance for a new colleague. We see possibilities of growth, of learning. If you can do this, if you can commit to this, I promise you, you will see great things in your business. You will be respected by a lot of people that you are working with, because I mean, when someone tells me that they like my work, it's a chip on my shoulder. Word for 2023 will be comradeship. I really wish you all the best for your businesses in 2023. I do commit to posting one video a week, and if you are interested in reading this book, here it is. Go to your nearest bookstore. I bought it for 265 Rand. Bamboozled by Jesus. It's called How God Tricked Me into the Life of My Dreams. Bye.